Hello, 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 hello. How are all 9 people in the chat doing? We're finally getting around to, sorry for the dud go live before. I've done Twitch a couple of times. I've got to grips with the Twitch, but YouTube, last time I did it was through the PlayStation. That was nice and easy. You hit go live. You've already got everything set up for you. The PlayStation does it for you. Yet when it comes to this, it baffled me a little bit. So we're just going to go through the chat quickly just to see who's there. Firstly, Cool Guy says hi. How you doing? We got Yanuz. Hey, Cool Guy, can you start please? Yes, I've just started. Sorry about that. Was just waiting for a couple more people to maybe show up. I've been wondering, would it be linked to edit videos on Shadow? Would what be, I don't know. I hate the ShadowTech microphone input thing. Are we talking about the input on the back of the Ghost? Because I agree. It's there's an jack in and out, but there's no audio in and out like we had on the box. But I mean, 9 times out of 10 nowadays, the actual microphones are USB, like I'm using. I just bought a hard drive and lost one of my 2 SATA cables, so I cannot use it now. Ouch. That's it sucks, man. It sucks. So we're actually going to start what the intention of this video was, which was we're going to show you what it's like actually to edit on Shadow. So the main thing I use is Premiere Pro. Other editing softwares are available. I just don't know how to use them, if I'm going to be honest. So this is, I posted a little bit on Twitter today. Some of you might have seen, I was posting some pictures of it a few, when was it, back in February? Back in February we did the Wish video, which was me stupidly ordering tech off of Wish. All of it showed up. Actually, no, that's a lie. One of them didn't show up. But they've just been sat under my desk. Today we finally got around to unboxing all of them, recorded all of that footage. That's everything that I've got here. Everything's been uploaded to Shadow. Yes, a common question that usually comes up when you're talking about how you get your software up like into the cloud. It takes a little while. It does. Can you watch one of my most edited videos I did? I will certainly check it out. It took you 10 hours. Dude, it's I'm sure that makes it, yeah, I'm sure it's top notch. That's pretty much how long it takes me. I don't know if that's, if you get quicker over time. I've been editing for like coming on 3 years now. It still takes me a good 10 hours to like edit footage, but I think that's just because I'm a wee bit of a perfectionist. I use my powerful Shadow for Windows Movie Maker. Much respect to you. There's nothing wrong with a bit of Windows Movie Maker. Okay, so this was the main, obviously the main point of this was to show that something as tasking, because the main thing that a lot of people might have seen with Shadow, the main example that people give is gaming, obviously because of the power of it. Yeah, it's awesome at gaming. You can also do stuff like this, more heavy, juicy, be it video editing, or if it's graphical rendering, 3D, all of those things, you know, you can do all of that. So it was just to show what it was like, and rather than make a video of like, here's me editing, and then I'd have to edit that video of me editing to post a video, just why not just do this? And you can ask questions that go along rather than 16 hours later have me reply to the comments. That's no fun. So if you have any questions as we're going along, feel free to drop them. I'll be reading stuff out as we go. We're just waiting down there for everything to conform. But this is literally the stuff which is cut out of every video. This is actually what it looks like. Can I make a Shadow a Hackintosh? Like Shadow on Mac? I do use my Shadow on Mac. Have I thought about doing more live streams? I've thought about it and then never come to do it, because other than this was like the first kind of like light bulb idea that I thought would be really good to live stream. And then before this, it was just like a game. I mean, there's lots of people doing that already. But yeah, if people enjoy this, obviously let me know as we go through. If you enjoy it, we'll try and do more of them. I'm just going to sort out my volume so that this isn't shouting as I'm talking. We got AA89 says, "What's up, Mark? What's up, bro?" Microphone audio. Perfect time for the construction people to start doing stuff outside. Awesome. And as I mentioned on Twitter, I'm pretty sure the main reason people want to see this is to see the crap that I cut out of all of these videos. But the first thing I will note is this is not the audio we're going to use. This does not sound good. This was, my Rode microphone is dud. It keeps crackling for some reason. I don't know if anyone's used not the Video Pro, I think it's the Video Go. Yeah, it's not very good. So for this video, just off to the left, I've actually got this microphone that I'm using right now. Hit record, because it's, even if it's not in front of your face, like the Blue Yetis, the Blue microphone, all of those things, this one is actually, I mean, right now it's at least a few feet away from me. If it sounds crap, you gotta let me know, but I think it's pretty good. Is there a lot of visual screen tearing with Shadow? Cool Guy says yes, but that purely depends on your internet connection. If it's good enough, I've never seen screen tears on mine. But then, just so everyone's got all the information, I've got about, I think it's 100 down of internet. Microphone audio. Perfect time for the construction people. So we just got to line this up now, and then I'll get rid of the crap. Microphone audio. It's just a little bit off. It's literally like a frame off. There's a frame. Okay. Microphone audio. Perfect time. There we go. So unlink you. Move you up. And then let's link these two together. For anyone who edits, a lot of this might seem very mundane. For people who don't, it's kind of like a cool look into what goes into this. Microphone audio. Perfect time for the construction people to start doing stuff outside. Awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to grab an effect quickly as well. We want some denoise. Denoise. Edit. And then a lot of people are scared to use this denoise tool. You got to go light denoise. Gets rid of background hissing, humming. For me, there was construction outside. It will cut a lot of that out as well. We might go into some more audio stuff later. Do you think that 60 down and 5 gigahertz BT wireless internet would handle Shadow? Absolutely. Definitely. So I'm on BT. The majority of the people who I know who use it are on BT, and they have no issues. Yeah, the minimum for Shadow is 15 down, so 60, you're already ahead of the game, man. Perfect time for the construction people to start doing stuff outside. Awesome. So I just want to see if people can actually hear the difference there. Let's turn the effect off. Phone audio. Perfect time for the construction people to start doing stuff outside. Awesome. Hear that hissing and stuff in the background? Perfect time for the construction people to start doing stuff outside. And then we turn on the denoise. Perfect time for the construction people to... Very nice. Very nice. Okay, where's my starting shot for this one? It was right around here. Oh, hello, it's Mr. Alex. How you doing, bro? I'm going to start off. This was my opening shot. I didn't really think through this. I just hit record. Usually, if I do a video, it will be scripted. That's why a lot of the ones you might have seen recently, I'm in front of a green screen because I'm in front of the computer and I've got all of my notes. This one I was like, fuck it. It's a bunch of fake stuff from Wish. I'm just going to open it and we're going to have fun with it. I spent £160 and 40 pence stupidly on Wish on a bunch of tech products, and this is what showed up. So if you missed the first video, there's a bit of a gap there. Let's get rid of you. And there's an as well. There's an so if you one thing you try to learn as you get into making videos with the pronunciations, you try to get rid of the ers. And this is what showed up. So if you missed the first video, there we go. No it took me long to realize that you don't have a webcam on. Yeah, that's this is me editing the video. It's not me just jitterily going back and forth on a webcam. I'm good, thank you, sir. I'm editing while watching you edit. Editception. That's so meta, I love it. What showed up. So if you missed the first video, I'll put an iCard up here to when we were going through Wish, stupidly putting this stuff in our basket, just to see what the stuff is like for the price that you pay. That's a good plug, Mark. That's a good plug. I'm going to guess right now bad. It was bad. I don't want to spoil it, but this is future Mark talking. I've already opened the stuff. It was bad. That you pay. I'm going to guess right now bad. Really bad. There we go. And then this is all this stuff, the dead air. Awkward just... now we said... Why am I doing this again? Somebody remind me. And Alex, what are you editing right now? Now we said in that first video we didn't know how long things would take to show up. That was posted sometime in February. It is now coming into April. At this point I've now given up. Out of the 5, I think there was 5 tech products and 1 home decor product that we ordered. There's only 1 which didn't show up. So thanks a lot, Wish. But that... How come I don't get mic delay on my shadows? Possibly upload speed. So like I said, BT internet is pretty good. My down speed is about 100, up is about 25. So technically I probably could run a webcam. I just don't have one. So maybe if, as I said, if you guys are enjoying the live streams and we do it a bit more, then I'll invest and I'll start playing around with it. How do you manage the process of getting large video files transferred via your home connection to Shadow? Doesn't this add a lot of time? It certainly does. It did. So we covered this very briefly. So you can see all of the stuff that we've got in here. This is all of my footage for this edit. But if I go into Wish unboxing properties, this is 12.7 gigs worth of, well actually these were local. These I sent from my phone. So it's the MVI files from my Canon camera, movie files. So it's still probably about 10 gigs. And upload probably took me about an hour and a half, maybe. Which, I mean, to be honest, after I've finished recording, I don't usually go straight into working anyway. I've just script written and then recorded. And then, to be honest, I usually feel like getting a snack or something. It gives me like an hour to chill while it's uploading. And then once I'm ready, it's there, ready, waiting. Didn't show up. So, thanks a lot, Wish. But that was the ultimate creeper's tool of creeping. The spy pen with the camera built in so that I could uncover government secrets and catch people cheating. Not really. I was probably just going to film people without them knowing. It didn't show up. But that was like... Thank you, car horn. I will, eventually, I'll have my own office. It will be soundproof. There will be none of this construction outside, car horns beeping. It didn't show up, but that was like, thank you, car horn. Yeah, so some other people may try some stuff like using a local PC, having it on there, and then using like so I use like, it's called P-Cloud Transfer as well. So sending that to your email, accessing your email from here and then downloading it can sometimes be a bit quicker as well. It's just you've got USB over IP, so you can just plug stuff straight. I've got the Ghost, for example. I just plug a USB card adapter into the back, shove it in, comes up straight away, and just leave it for an hour while I go get a snack. Just one of my usual weekly vids. Actually, it's even more meta as I'm editing a video on how to edit while watching me live stream and edit. But that was like... Okay, let's cut that dead air there. Cue car horn. And it's little things like this. You got to... we're removed from that sentence that I was saying. So let's grab you. We want to focus somewhere around here. Zoom in a bit. So now it didn't show up, but that was like, thank you, car horn. Appreciate you. Actually, no. I want that build up. I want from about there. Thank you, car horn. I use OneDrive personally. It's a nice, handy solution. So OneDrive, yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Alex. It's very much like pCloud transfer. It's just file transferring. And yeah, it's a nice little solution to if you don't have a way to plug a card into the back of whatever you're using. There's always ways you can get your stuff up. Is like people are saying like, oh well, I can't edit on this because I can't get my footage up. You absolutely can. You just got to believe. So we want to go around here to about there, and now we've got a nice little zoom. Show up, but that was like, thank you, car horn. Appreciate you. But that. And then from the zoom, you car horn. But that was cuts like back to where we were. When I have audio on this, I'll cut the audio out there as well. 70 to emphasize that I'm making a funny, basically. 75. I've had things like this in the past where people are like, you should file a chargeback. It's £4.75. I got ripped off by China. It's fine. It did get ripped off by China. We didn't get the spy pen. I was quite upset about that. It would be a little different if you were using a Red Cinema camera, for example. Those files are huge. Yeah, if you venture into the realms of 4K, or even I know like MKBHD, for some reason records in 8K some of his stuff. You can't do anything with it except use his extremely expensive Mac PC to edit it. But yeah, 4K footage, it would take it a little bit longer. I just noticed. What did you notice? I was running 13 meg instead of around 40. That would definitely help with the delay. You're basically throttling it for your performance. If your connection was that low, then you probably wouldn't notice, but you're taking that big lot of connection and you're throttling it by changing that bandwidth to a smaller pipe, essentially. Ripped off by China. It's fine. Chill, okay? It's all right. So you cut that bit. It's not funny. You're not funny, Mark. It's fine. So we're going to start going through these and just see how bad they are. And I'm going to start from the top and see... Oh, God, I dropped it all. It's all broken. If it wasn't broken before, now it's broken. Let's cut about there. But we're going to start off... There's an but we're going to... I don't like the Let's just get rid of that. And now you get to see where I keep all of my effects and stuff as well, because I use the same ones every time. I'm not that original. Right now I'm looking for TV error effect. And then I need my logo as well. And what we're going to do, I use this one over and over again because I think it's funny. We're going to grab the sound, which is this one. Although not quite that loud, because that's going to be what they would call ear R word, which I'm not going to say live on stream. Probably around 16. Now it's broken. There we go. And I want this fuzzy bit. For Sorry if that just hurt anyone's ears. Certainly did mine. Let's make you bigger. But yeah, hopefully as well people are like looking out for like the performance of editing, because I know when before I used so originally I used a netbook and it was horrible, and if I was playing back footage the audio was fine. Start going through these. But the video would skip and be jumpy like I was on a really low connection. MacBook is fine. MacBook is what I went on to next. Oh, it's broken. Apart from if it's an edited clip, if it's something where I've adjusted the speed of the clip, or I've thrown a lot of graphical effects or loads of layers in, then it will go kind of crap. Now it's broken. But we're going to start off. But there's much less of it in here, but just because the actual processing power of it. Start off with these. These are the fake AirPods. They are the i7Ss. Now, before I even ordered these, I didn't realise they had such clout on the internet. So I don't use, so technically, so I am on the Ghost. What I'm logged into is not actually beta. It's probably fine to say because of the relationship that I've got with Shadow, I'm actually on like an alpha login. I don't know what else to call it. So I'm in alpha. So I probably get more issues than other people, but it's like part of, just to help them out, I will use the alpha service, and if things start to go wrong, then I can report it to their tech guys to go, don't release this into beta because I found something. It's kind of like early bug management. Russian hacker premiere tutorial, yes. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Now, before I even ordered these, I didn't realize they had such clout on the internet. I'm going to leave another card up there to a channel called TechSmart, where they actually they do a lot of Wish videos, like the kind of stuff if I had, they actually ordered, called TechSmart. Let's get rid of you because I interrupted myself. I'm good at that. Called TechSmart, they do a lot of Wish videos, like the kind of stuff if I had the money I would probably doing just for shits and gigs. But they ordered every type of AirPod that they could find on Wish, and about 80% of them were this model right here. What I'll actually do, for anyone who's looking to again, I'm not recommending people do this, but to get clips for your videos, this is an awesome bit of software. It's called ClipGrab. TechSmart AirPods. So this is the video I was talking about. Great channel. Anyone who isn't subscribed to them already and likes this kind of stuff, they do a lot of Wish content. Basically, any type of tech that you can think of, a certain product or category, they'll find every single version and they'll buy it and then just see what shows up. So I think it's fine for me to download and use a clip. They're not going to copyright strike me because I'm actually promoting their channel. Hopefully they should be fine with it. We'll see. But it is a long ass video, so that's why it's just, so I'm just going to put like as I'm talking about them, I'll just put an overlay if I had the money, video. I would probably doing just for shits and gigs. But they ordered every type of AirPod that they could find on Wish, and about 80% of them were this model right here. So that finished downloading. And then this was actually them opening those ones that I was talking about. Let's just grab that. It's probably way too much. Like the kind of stuff if I had the money I would probably doing just for shits and gigs. But they ordered every type of AirPod that they could find on Wish, and about 80% of them were this model right here. That's not actually the clip I want. There they are looking at real ones, and the fake ones are Here we go. Let's just use this one.
What happened?
This is what we wanted. Mark, will Article 13 affect Shadow?
We got click.
It's a good question. I think it's more for... No, I don't think so. More the content... Sorry, I just hit my beer on the microphone. That's going to be really loud. More the content creators who will be using Shadow. So they are based in Europe partly. They're obviously based in France. They've got a US office as well. But where they're not content creators as such themselves, it's just a service they are providing, and not every person using that service is a content creator, then I can't see it having an impact on them though. Me, that's a different story. It may impact me, depending on what the hell this country decides to do.
And that is super true.
Like, actually, though.
Like,
i7s, 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 i7s.
This is what I was talking about. So they ordered all the AirPods, and all of them were i7s, the same ones that I got. But they ordered every type of AirPod that they could find on Wish, and about 80% of them were this model right here. Am I ever going to do a Shadow account giveaway? I can't give away like a full account because it's a monthly subscription. I think I've done a few. I've done 1 month of Shadow, 3 months of Shadow, some peripherals to go with it. One thing I am looking to do at the moment is we're just trying to work out the details, because obviously the Ghost was in very high demand, and even Shadow themselves don't have any to spare. So we're working together at the moment to see what we can do on the stock situation, if they can get any spare, and if I can get one of those to give away to you guys. What's funny is actually this is the i7s. They do an i10s, which they also ordered, did arrive. This was a fun story while I was telling it, but it makes the video just a little bit long, so I'm probably going to cut it all out. i10s, like $15, $20. It ain't bad. I'm not going to lie. But this, I've seen their video. So probably about there. But this, I've seen their video. I'm expecting horrendousness. Oh, it was horrendous. The box already because I did. Now I have taken these out of the box already because I did do a video. Again, I'm just gonna keep plugging the channel. There's a card up there. I did a van. This is what I think you guys wanted to see on a live stream. The stuff that I would usually cut out, where I just mispronounce shit. Like I say, where I changed my process from stuff like this, where it's all off the top of my head, to videos where I'd scripted it a bit. There was much less of that, like sitting, staring and thinking kind of thing, because I'd have already arranged everything before. This one isn't too bad. The only thing, there's no like sitting and thinking about what to say from what I remember, and I recorded this like 6 hours ago. But there is some mess ups like this. Again, I'm just gonna keep plugging the channel. There's a card up there. I did a van. Yes, you did a van. So I did a video talking. The thing is, so I'm going to remove that bit now. But now I'm laughing at the start of this clip because I messed up. But now I've removed the mess up. People are just like, why are you laughing to yourself, you freak? Up there. So I did a video talking about the new AirPod 2s. I did a bit of a parody of they don't fit in people's ears. I needed a prop. These were the best I had, forgetting that I had ordered them in black. You know, attention focused people may have noticed, but it's fine. But within it, so I've had them out already, but I haven't actually. But within it, so I've had them out already. What were you even saying there? But within it, so I've had them out already. So let's get rid of that. I'm gonna go from about here. So I've had them out already, but I haven't actually turned them on and put them on my ears. Oh, with the mess up, I should have done the technical difficulties cut thing. I've got to use it very sparingly. I've already used it once. Now it's broken. It is a personal favourite of mine. That's actually too long now that we're going back and looking at it. I actually want it to be more. But we're going to... There we go. I had ordered them in black. So I've had them out already, but I haven't actually turned them on and put them on my ears. in my ears, around my ears. So there's a mess up, but it's a funny one, so I'm going to keep it. I want to put them on my ears. But actually what I'm going to do, in my ears, around my ears. In and around my ears. On my ears. Is every time I get it wrong, zoom in just a little bit more. Let's go for like a 120. And then copy the attributes, paste. We don't want to double up on denoise, we just want motion. We're going any closer at that. There we go. There we go. So now it goes on my ears, in my ears, around my ears, in and around my ears. There we go. Use it like 9 times. Easy money. 10-minute long video. Normally, I would 100% agree with you if it was just a short one, because I think actually, let's go through the channel. This guy was helping me how to figure out how to live stream because I didn't figure it out. So 7 minutes, 1 minute, 13 minutes, not bad. 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 9 minutes. So yeah, I do need a bit of help stretching these out. You're absolutely right. If people are fine with me just putting in 5-minute clips of a long beep, then I'll absolutely start adding these. But in terms of easy money, absolutely not. YouTube is just not the place to go to be rich anymore, if that's what people think. In and around my ears. So in the box, I didn't actually realise that hit my shoulder, but I think it's quite funny. So in the box, can I, what do I want to do? Track it. Okay, I'm gonna mark it for later. The file is busy, thank you. I've marked it anyway, that's fine. So I'm gonna leave a mark there, that will remind me to go up later. Nobody wants to see me track something frame by frame because it would take me about 10 minutes just for a cool effect. But so in the box. But what I'm probably gonna do is zoom in and track that as it moves and hits the shoulder. So in the box, there's literally just these and a USB charging cable, these, and a USB. Let's cut out the bit where I just stare at the cable, thinking about what I'm gonna say. These, and a USB charging cable, the instructions which I've just thrown, and I'm probably gonna need. See, that would be a good. Let's put it in for now. I'm gonna take your advice. Let's take a copy of this. Bloop. Just plop it in there. But yeah, using this sparingly still. The instructions which I've just thrown, and I'm probably gonna need on the front of. Still too long. Probably about there. Although it seems I'm a little bit quick at this. Obviously, I do it on a bi-weekly basis. I'm editing all the time. On the front. So you eventually get a little bit quick, but still, once you get OCD about this stuff, then it will still take, like I said before, like 10 hours. Good 10 hours. I think somebody made a donation earlier, but they retracted the comment that they left on the donation, so I can't shout it out. So if that did go through, then thank you. On the front of these, you can see actually sharing a feature of the AirPods Zoos. LED light on the front. Wow, big stuff. Not a wireless charger. There's a bit of space there. Not a wireless charging case though. Is it just cut out the clicking noise in the background is my radiator. Is just a little power button there. You actually choose when you want it to charge the headphones or not. Unlike, you know, yeah, there's a lot of phones or not. Unlike, you know, Galaxy Buds, AirPods. Unlike, you know, Galaxy Buds, AirPods. So So I need that bit. I want to jump, but then it's going to be a really obvious jump cut, which I don't like putting in. Because it will look like this.
Or not, unlike Galaxy Buds.
Like, it doesn't look great, but... they're bringing out the i14s, which auto pair with Apple devices. No way. Like I said, before I unboxed it, or like before I ordered them from Wish, I just had no idea about them. And then it randomly came up on, like I said, that TechSmart video where they were looking at them. They had the i7s, the i10s, the i12s. And then as they were going through the generations, they were genuinely getting like pretty good. Like, they compared the 10s to the actual AirPods, and they were like, you know what, I'd take these. So it's not surprising that the 14Ss are actually going to do something special.
AirPods, you drop them in, immediately they're going to start charging. Why would you not want them to charge?
But yes, they are very old models, which is probably why it cost me $2.
Strange feature, but there we go. Get them in a nice position. And then this was what they actually look.
So,
And then this.
take out me talking to myself like a weirdo. That's technically what I'm doing now.
There we go. And then this was what they actually look like. Much thicker than AirPods. The fact that they come in black, immediate giveaway that they come in black. Immediate giveaway that they are not
Yeah,
real.
that's fine.
Unless, like I mentioned, you go to Slick Wraps, D-Brand. Unless.
I'm going to cut this.
Slick Wraps, D-Brand, somewhere like that.
Because I didn't mention it in this video, I mentioned it in another video, and that's not bad. It's not good for continuity. But yes, they are huge. They're definitely noticeable if you stick them next to AirPods. Like, these are thick boys.
Real. But as I mentioned in that last video I did, they don't fit in my ears
AirPods don't fit in my ears at all.
very well at all. They look like trash.
Let's get rid of this.
I'm now just
silence.
referring to AirPods in general, to be fair. I'm a Samsung man. But I mean, actually, because
Yeah, if anyone didn't see the last video, it was all about AirPods 2 versus Galaxy Buds, and I'm more of a Galaxy fan, so...
man, I mean, actually, because they're thicker, I've tried people's AirPods.
I even like the Google Buds will fit in my ears. Are they the Pixel Buds? Because I also took the piss out of them as well.
I mean, actually, because they're thicker, I've tried people's AirPods. Because they're, like, thicker, I think they actually may stay in my ears better than AirPods. AirPods.
Okay, so we're shaking there. Let's cut back. We want a bit of a gap. My God, you look like a crazy person.
There's no movement.
So for these bits, I swear there's more editing that goes in than just zooming, which is all we've seen so far. What I actually want to do is fuck with the position and rotation as I'm shaking, so it makes the camera shake as well. What specs did my shadow come with? So they're all the same, but if I go to this PC, I know it depends on instances, like what instance you log into, which processor you get. So the Xeon 3.2 is the better one. I think sometimes you can get a 2.7. If you do get that, you can literally log off, log on. You'll get logged onto a different instance and you'll get the 3.2. 12 gig of RAM, they all have 12 gig of RAM. And it's not on there, 1080 or equivalent 1080. Well, no, is the GTX 1080 processor, graphics card. There we go, words are coming out now. So, 1, 2. actually want to do every three. Let's change the position and the rotation. 1, 2, 3. Position, rotation. Not that much. I don't want the black stuff. 2, 3. Position. So this is the type of editing I was going to skip because it's not that fun to see. Yours, you always get the same processor and it's 1080. To be fair, I can't remember the last time I saw the 2.7 processor, so they could have actually just weaned it out now so that people don't get it anymore. So you're consistently getting the 3.2, which is obviously the better way of doing things. So you back there. Let's do some there. A faster CPU would be... So there's not a lot of things that I struggle on CPU for. I think the next step, if they're looking to upgrade something next, it would probably be the RAM. Like just from my opinion, the next thing they should probably look at, because the 1080 in terms of graphics, you know, even the games which are out now, they're not like fully utilizing that 1080 really, like when you really look at it. Processing, I've never come to a situation where I've like run out of, you know, where something has struggled to process. So I think if you're looking at the next thing for them to do, it's probably the RAM. Okay, one last bit here. Let's see how terrible that looks. AirPods. It's actually pretty good. I'm quite lazy, so I'm actually just going to take that, copy the attributes, stick them on this clip as well. It's all about shortcuts.
So movement. There's a bit of movement. There's a bit of jiggling in my lap.
16 instead of 12 is good. I never failed over 8. So I guess it depends on what you're doing. Because the real game never goes over 6. Well,
Jiggling in my lard, but lard, but
yeah, we're keeping that bit in. That's some funny
there's
shit.
no movement. Lard, but
I really gotta start going back to the gym. Your boy is busy, is all I can say. Type of stuff I don't get a chance to say on videos because nobody cares, but it's a live stream. I'm going to talk about whatever I want. I used to work 5 days a week. Because of YouTube now, I cut my hours down to 4 days a week. So today I was off, I was recording this, for example. But the 4 days that I do absolutely destroy me, man. So
the lard, but
didn't do a
jiggling in my lard, but
keyframe there, set to 100. Okay, that should do it.
lard, but
Okay, apparently I've forgotten how to edit. What is going on with my keyframes? Bit of fat never hurt anyone. Yeah, but
lard, but
I would categorize these as man boobs of what used to be pecs. Here we go, keyframe sorted. It's because I'm doing position. Thanks for telling me. Now all I've forced you to do is sit and watch a clip of majeggling breastises over and over again. There we go.
Jiggling in my lard, but there's no movement. Okay, so we're gonna pair them. We noticed when we pair them. Okay, so we're gonna pair them. We noticed when we bought them that they are not just for Apple devices, which is good. It said all devices, so we've got the S10 that I'm gonna try and connect it to.
Let's get rid of that. There's a weird flex in there. Look at my S10.
I'm gonna try and connect it to. So we're gonna go to Bluetooth.
Yep, everyone knows how you connect a Bluetooth device. Let's probably
Start to scan.
skip this bit.
I believe it's just.
This is how you connect them. This is.
I believe it's just from what I saw. You hold down these buttons, and they've started flashing blue and red.
That may be the most perfect that camera has ever focused by itself. Because usually it's looking everywhere but at me. Most people's preferred option. How did you know I could only hear out of one? I know you just heard the voice come out of it there.
I believe it's
Yeah,
just
where is it?
from what I saw. You hold down these buttons, and they've started flashing blue and red.
There we go. There was the voice that came out there that said that they'd been connected, which was weird because I hadn't connected them to my phone yet, and they weren't connected. It was a lie, but that was only coming out of one. So it was the same on TechSmart as well. It must be the same just across the board. I thought they were either broken or just generally bad like that. But yeah, the left one, I think it was the left one. Left one, I mean, it's still trash, but it's much louder. The right one was just about there. I had to take one out to see if the other one was working at one point, but
On these buttons, blue and red. And a lady is speaking to me. Okay.
this is just, I call this like my,
Speaking to me. Okay.
this is my first draft edit. So I'll go through the entire timeline. I will pick all of the stuff which has a potential to go into the final edit, and then as I go through editing, I'm like, this is making it a bit too long. Let's remove
Weirdly,
that.
you said
But this is going to be a long one. I mean, we're 4 minutes in, and we're on the first product. Which I did spend a bit more time on this because the last video I did before this was AirPods as well, so I had a lot of the stuff fresh in my
weirdly, you said
memory.
device connected. I haven't finished scanning yet. What are you doing? Oh, I see him. I see him. i7 TWS. Pairing. It says device is connected again. I think it just means it has. Oh, I see him.
Okay,
i7 TWS.
let's remove all the crap and just keep
I
this
see him.
bit.
It says device one voice command and it uses it for everything. But here goes the test. I am not expecting good things.
Oh, these also made my ears bleed because for some reason the first time they connected, the volume was all the way up, which was real nice. Real nice of them.
But here goes the test. I am not expecting good. TWS. But here goes the test. I am not expecting good things. We're gonna go with some logic. We're gonna go with some logic. If I've been tweeting like this.
Oh, you done messed up, boy. You done messed up.
Some logic. like this. We're gonna go with a
We're cutting out the full thing apparently.
good things. We're gonna go with a bit of Logic. I've been tweeting about this all week. The book is amazing. The soundtrack is amazing. You should really check it out. But here goes nothing. I'm gonna hit play.
The book and soundtrack is amazing, by the way.
Ah, Jesus. Ah, Jesus.
Yeah, it was a little bit loud.
Oh, how nice of them. I'm gonna hit play. Ah, Jesus. Oh, how nice of them to automatically be turned up to maximum volume. Volume? Volume. Maximum volume.
It's close enough. People know I said volume.
Volume? Volume.
Here we go. These are like the weird, let me sit for a minute and think about what I'm going to say next, which you don't see on anyone's. How did I get sound on Premiere, on Shadow? How did I get sound on Premiere? To come through Premiere Pro, the only time I've had issues, and this is on all devices with Premiere Pro, if you swap output audio devices like halfway through an edit, then you get nothing. You have to close Premiere Pro and open it again. I've never had sound error. I don't even know if you've got sound settings in. You've got project settings. I have no idea. I can't answer that question, which is weird because I know some amounts of Premiere Pro. Let's just watch my weird, awkward silence.
Volume? Volume.
That wasn't me imitating myself, that was me drinking some beer.
Okay, so they're trash.
They are trash, they really are.
Maximum volume. Okay, so they're trash.
You know what I didn't do? At the very start of this, and now I'm going to have to try and paste it. I mean, I've just got paste attributes on this, it's not too bad. Oh, we have done some. I never even... it's the pressures of being live. I never even... I can't even think of the word. I'm looking for Lumetri. Color graded. I never color graded my footage. This is not what my footage usually looks like when it goes out. Okay. So always do a very similar. This is quite washed out and white. So let's add a little bit of temperature. Add some contrast. Not too much. Dip the whites. Add some black. And then creative, I want some intensity. Not intensity, what am I looking for? Saturation. But not too much because you end up looking like that. Like Donald Trump. About there, 110, 110. And a bit of faded film. There we go. So now now you can see a difference. This is color graded. This is what my stuff usually looks like. A little bit more professional. And then this was before color grading. Washed out. Color graded. Uncolor graded. Much better. And then until, I don't know, like 3-4 months ago, I never color graded any of my footage. So everything was just utter trash. I'll go back and I'll color grade the rest later. That's not a fun thing
so they're
to watch.
trash. I can come out right now and say they're trash. They're either broken or just that bad that this one, like when you do the connecting, the voice comes out of this one. This is like the preferred AirPod or earbud or whatever you want to call it, because this one is so much louder than this one. They both just sound...
So yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. One was much louder than the other.
This one is so much louder than this one. They both just sound tinny and hollow. It's kind of like listening to music through a paper cup tied to a string. Was the best way that I could describe it.
What was that? What was that noise I made?
Was the best
What's the bear? Can I cut that out? Does that stay in?
to a string. Was the best way that I could.
I can cut that out. That was right there.
Tied to a string. The best way that I could describe
go.
it. But I think these buttons are supposed to. Okay. So, oh, no. You, for some reason, dialed my voicemail.
A little bit of a gap there. Take that
Dial.
out.
I just want to go next track.
Yeah, the buttons. I don't know how they would be programmable, but the buttons don't skip tracks. They're called multi-function buttons in the instructions. They're just called my voicemail.
No. If I double click them, I want to go next track. No. If I double click them, it tries to call my voicemail. So that's not good. Plus, every time I push this button, that's not good. Plus,
That wasn't even English.
so that's not good. Plus,
That's not. This is the crap we remove. How do we get them to look clean and not jumpy? So I just from the audio, I really prefer not to cut in the middle of. So if we take this clip here, for example, I can tell that that is a solid block of audio, and if I cut in the middle of that, it's going to be very obvious. So I will purposely only cut. And luckily, most of the time, if you mess up something that you're saying, you'll stop, and then you'll start saying the right thing, and it's at that stop point. Like if you look into these bits here, there's me talking, and then there's a stop, and then that is where I would cut. And then there's a stop there, there's a stop there, and those are the only places that I would cut to try and stop it from looking jumpy. But there was a cut we did a bit further back where I said this is going to look jumpy and I don't like it, but I used it anyway. I think it was this bit.
try and connect it to. I believe it's.
Like that.
Try and connect it to. I believe it's just.
It's a
I'm
bit.
going to try and connect it to. I believe it's just.
And that was just because there was a lot of dead air in between me saying those things. It wasn't because I messed up, but, you know, trying to keep the video down a little bit. Nobody just wants to see you sat there saying nothing.
Tries to call my voicemail. Plus, every time I push this button in a bit, it makes the audio crackle. I wonder if there's any way to let you hear what's going on. To let makes the audio crackle to let you hear what's going on.
Cut out something. I needed that bit. By the way, the microphone's right next to my mechanical keyboard, so if this sounds annoying, well, there's nothing I can do.
Crackle. I wonder if there's any way to let you hear what's going on. That's some top-notch engineering right there.
Please do not copy strike me, Visionary Music Group. Please don't.
Okay. They don't stop playing as soon as
There's so much Logic audio in this that I'm kind of on the edge about
they also
using all of this. I am talking over it, which should stop any like automatic copyright detection, but everybody knows that they are like jumping down people's throats on this copyright stuff now.
they don't stop playing as soon as you take them out your ears. How about if I drop them in their little pouchy doodad?
The answer is no, they don't stop playing.
They just keep playing. Doodad. They just keep playing. Now it's like I've trapped Logic in a box. Seriously, how do I... Stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I just had to properly there's no like off button for them. You just have to disconnect them. At least with Galaxy Buds. You take them out your ears as they stop playing, you drop them into the charger, they disconnect. Well, like when you close the lid. It's amazing. I have something like 80 subs and still get copyrighted. It is the biggest pain in the ass, especially when you think about the amount of effort that goes into record. Not even that, before. Let's talk. You come up with an idea, maybe write a script, record all of the footage, go through editing it, which, like I say, is this process here. This edit, we're not going to finish this on stream. It's going to take me about... There's a lot of footage in this one. Probably about... just under 10 hours maybe, to do that amount of work, to put it up just to have somebody go, yep, that's mine, because you used a 2-second clip. Because there's a lot of my type of comedy, what I try to use in these videos, I would kind of refer to as like Family Guy cutaway gags, because I'm the king of references. I've seen so much TV and film, and it's just the way my brain works. I remember like all of these clips. So if I say something in video and it reminds me of a clip, I'll stick that clip in. And it's that usage of clips which is going to get me really fucked when it comes to Article 13, because it's things like that where they say, well, unless it's creative or you're reviewing it, then it doesn't belong to you and you can't use it. And yeah. But when if it comes to music, then what I would recommend is this right here. It's Epidemic Sounds. I think there's a couple different ones similar to this. This is where all of my music comes from. You can literally go, okay, what do I need for this bit? Is it... let's see. I mean, most of the time I just get hip hop because I just need a beat that goes in the background. But even if you're working on something, say we go film. We go to film. What do we got? Build. So I mean, if you're doing something like a trailer, then it's literally got everything. There are sound effects on here as well, which come in handy sometimes. Like the last thing that I did, this video. Yes, we're going to watch my own videos on the stream. It's my stream. I'll do what I want. On this one, I needed something that sounded like one of those like charity adverts, basically. So I got this from Epidemic Sound.
Each year, thousands of people are afflicted with a horrible deformity, which makes them unable to use Apple AirPods.
It's like sad background music. You pay a subscription for Epidemic Sound. It sounds like I'm trying to plug them like I work for them right now. I don't. I have tried. No, I haven't. Yeah, you pay a subscription, but for that reason, you've bought the license to everything that's on there, so you can't get hit. It's yours.
Okay, I'm gonna unpair, make it forget, because I just feel like even being connected, they're infecting my...
Are you going to redo that joke because you messed up?
I just feel like even...
Yeah.
Unpair, make... I'm gonna unpair...
Okay, let's use that.
I'm gonna unpair, make it forget, because I just feel like... Because I just feel like...
There we go.
Make it forget. Because I just feel like even being connected, they are like infecting my S10. So, trash. Absolute trash. Absolute trash. If I had to rate them, let's do a little rating system on some of these. I'll probably forget as I go through. If I had to rate them a 1 out of AirPods, and 1 out of 5, we'll do a 5 rating scale. These are a 1. They're terrible. They're tinny. There's no bass. There's lots of...
There's lots of what, Mark? What was you going to say?
As the volume goes up, there's lots... There's no bass. As the volume goes up, there's lots of peaking. It distorts, and you can't even push a button without hearing some kind of weird crackling noise. Also, I feel like I'm not the first owner of these. The actual
There's a lot of ers and ahs.
buds the actual buds themselves, there was nothing like to show that somebody had put them in their ears, which the actual buds themselves, there was nothing like to show that
That was a weird pause.
there was nothing like to show that somebody had put them in their ears, which is good.
One thing, like if you're not a content creator, one thing a lot of people say when you like try to convey what you do when you're editing, they're just like, I just couldn't listen to my own voice. Well, guess what? You hear yourself say the same thing 30 times over, you get used to it.
There was nothing like
Yeah, super annoying.
to show that somebody had put them in their ears, which is good. But the actual case, it looks like somebody's been using it as a hockey puck. It is scratched to fuck.
Oh, that was a bad word.
Fuck.
And that's something you used to be able to get away with on
It is
YouTube.
scratched to fuck.
So let's find...
Fuck.
Well, now it's weird because we're going to have to listen to
Fuck.
that over and over again. Let's unlink. Let's get rid of you. And then using the same effect, it has multi-purposes. Oh, too far. No, that was the video. What are you doing? I feel like there's two sound effects that people use to cover the swears. It's either the beep or there's a quack. And I'm quite fond of the quack as well. Actually didn't need to get rid of that much. It's just that bit. Otherwise it looks weird. There we go. Much better.
So clearly somebody was unhappy with their wish order, returned it, and then maybe I got it. So now I feel like I need to go wash my ears.
What was that weird little movement? Whee! He's dancing. We can just make him dance. Shake it. Shake it, Mark. I don't know if you've heard of GeForce Now, but I wish Shadow ran as well on less capable networks, because with Shadow's reliability settings it still doesn't run as well. I'm in the UK for server locations. Whereabouts in the UK, out of interest? Not in like a creepy give me your address kind of way.
I feel like I need to go wash my ears.
Because I know a lot of people, if you're Midlands heading up north to Scotland, obviously the server you've got to connect to is France. So the further away you get, the better your internet needs to be able to cope with it. Just that pure distance. But GeForce Now, I've tried it. I'm not going to say like this is the only thing I've ever used and will ever use. I've tried GeForce Now. You know, it runs well. But it is what it is. It's a library of games, and that's all you can do on it. Whereas, you know, I'm never going to be able to do what we're doing right now on GeForce Now.
However, when we did order them, they were
Just outside London, near Dorking. It's still not bad. Like I said, it depends on your internet speed, because
when we did order them,
the requirements aren't that high for Shadow. It is minimum of 15 meg, but I would just recommend that the further away you get, you raise that minimum by a bit more, if that makes sense.
they were $2. However, when we did order them, they were $2. What can you expect? $2, something actually showed up. $2, something actually showed up. You can listen to music through them. It gets a 1 from me. It gets a 1 from me. Next.
All of that rustling is going to be really annoying.
Next. Some of these are partially opened, and some of these. Some of these are, some of these.
Okay, so let's cut the whole thing.
One from me. Some of these are partially opened because I get a lot of shit delivered, so I just had to check to see if it was wish crap or something I genuinely wanted.
Okay, I don't want all the rustling crap.
Wish crap or something I genuinely wanted. But oh boy, this one is the beanie cap.
So much
But
rustling.
oh boy, this one is the beanie cap with some kind of Bluetooth built-in headphone, which I actually can't remember how much I paid for all these things.
Oh, if you have a look there, I'm not checking the Wish website. That is checking my old video. I think I explain it in here.
£6.65 down from £8. So not a massive saving.
Ah, right here. This is one of the things you'll notice before somebody points it out. Like I said, because I'm on this this alpha connection, it says activate Windows. It doesn't think it's a legit version of Windows. That wasn't there before. But this popped up the other week. I reported it. They're like, okay, cool, we'll look into it. It went away. It's just come back, annoyingly in the middle of a live stream. But that's not the kind of thing you get as just like the actual account that you would as a regular person would subscribe to and pay for. That type of crap doesn't happen because we weed it out in this alpha stage. So how much of that unwrapping crap am I going to get rid of?
So not a massive saving. You know, we're coming out of summer. Coming out of summer? No, we're fucking not. You know, we're coming out of winter.
Good joke, Mark. Good joke. So where did you get your sub counter on top of my monitor? There's a video on it. Like most things I own, most tech stuff, I made a video. It's called Lemetric Sound. It is a ridiculously overpriced clock, if I'm going to be honest, because that is its main function. It's a Wi-Fi clock that has apps, and they've got open source, so people can build their own apps, which is kind of cool, but it doesn't get as much attention and update and people working on apps as I guess they would have liked. And the thing, when it's not on some kind of sale, is about £200. So yeah, overpriced Wi-Fi clock, just for the satisfaction of seeing it go boop,
You know,
or see it go down.
coming out of winter into spring, the
happens.
sun's coming out. It's a perfect time to start wearing warm beanies. But it just seems like there's just headphones built. There's just headphones built into this bit. It's no kind of special bone conduction or anything. It smells strange. Kind of like a museum. Kind of.
That was the only thing I could think that it smelled like. It was like a weird sensory connection that it made.
Like a museum. It's a weird comparison. That's all I've got. It smells like a museum. Okay. And that's all I've got. It smells like a museum. Okay. Instructions. All of these things connect differently.
This one was actually pretty easy to connect. I probably don't even need to put
FCC
this.
radiation exposure statement. Awesome. Chance of radiation poisoning.
Let's leave that in.
Yeah, I need to know how to wash it.
You know you're doing well when you pay £200 for a sub counter that goes bloop. There was other reasons.
Well,
There
because I'm
wasn't-
not gonna
there were no other
Wash it.
reasons.
I'm not going to wear it. Turn on the wireless.
Yeah, we don't need any of this stuff.
Okay. Apparently you just turn it on and it's going to find it. Let's bring back the S10. Okay.
Let's get rid of all of you. We're already up to 7 minutes 25. This is already the length of a normal video that I would put out, and we're on the second product. So this is going to be a long ass edit.
Radiation poisoning. Okay. Apparently you just turn it on and it's going to find it. Let's bring back the S10.
Weird flex, but there we go.
So in case it wasn't obvious, there's nice buttons and Bluetooth symbols and stuff. So in case it wasn't obvious, there's nice buttons and...
You know what? I'm impressed with my camera right now. It doesn't usually... Just turning the heat down, it's hot as balls in here. It doesn't usually also focus on things as well as it's done so far. Now I've said that, I've probably jinxed it, and it's going to be terrible for the rest of this.
Bluetooth symbols and stuff to, you know, tell people you're a douche. Apparently I'm just holding this. Let's... 1, 2, 3. Yep, there is a scan. You probably can't see it, but there's a flashing light in there.
Yeah, nobody needs to know that.
Magic Hat, this one is called. Magic Hat, this one is called. Magic Hat. Bluetooth Connect.
By the way, that's how good this microphone is that I am using. The fact that it was off screen of the camera and you still heard a crappy Wish hat. And my audio isn't all the way up. It's at like 50. Yeah. Weird flex. There we go.
Connect. Okay. Okay. So that was easier than the fake AirPods, at least. Do I have to show off? Do I have to show off my unwashed, crappy hair? Probably.
Let's go from about there. Anytime you can just cut out, literally that's like 2 seconds. All of those 2 seconds add up. Yo, what's up, dude? Love your videos. I want to get a shadow computer. I highly recommend it. As you can see from what we're doing right now, not only can you do games, editing as well.
I look so cool right now. A little bit like a Smurf because of whatever this bit is going on.
There's got to be a Smurf reference I can put in right
You have to wear
there.
it this way because this is where the... You have to wear it this way because this is where...
Have I got any editing tips? What are you struggling with?
where the
Is it speed? Is it adding stuff into your edit? Any effect things?
the ear things are. Where the ear things are. The ear things are. I think they're aligned. We're supposedly connected. We're going to hit up some logic again.
So I want all 3 of these things, but like I said, there's a weird gap in the middle, and it's going to show what's your favorite Bluetooth headphones. So I've been raving about them since I started the stream, but it's going to be the Galaxy Buds at the moment for wireless Bluetooth headphones, or depends if you talk about headphones or earbuds, to be fair. But Galaxy Buds for earphones, I guess you would call them.
I think they're aligned.
Definitely over AirPods. Personal preference, not a very popular one, but there it is.
We're supposedly connected.
And I don't actually own wireless headphones per se. The headphones I use, like at the PC, are the HS60s by Corsair. And there is a H70 which are wireless. H60s I'm too lazy to keep charging wireless devices. I'm struggling with getting my color to look pro in clean media imports. So I'm not sure if you were watching when we did the color grading before, actually, but this is color graded, and only very gently as well. Like, I haven't done that much to it, and this was before we color graded it. It was like pale and washed out. And that's immediately before you've even said something in a video, before your audio starts, before music starts playing, any of those like extra bits that you would layer on top. This is the absolute first thing that a person's going to see. And people's attention spans are short. You know what I mean? They're probably going to make a judgment within the first few seconds. So you want it to look good straight away. That was before, that's after. So even something like that can make all the difference.
The ear things are. I think they're aligned. We're supposedly connected. We're going to hit up some logic again. I'm surprised.
Where does it start playing? Somewhere around there. And these ones I was genuinely surprised at the actual quality of these. I mean, you look like a damn fool. I mean, I do anyway. Maybe you can pull it off, but
Some logic again. I'm surprised immediately by what isn't trash sound. There's actually, obviously, because they're
okay. Now I'm shouting because I've got headphones in.
they're bigger. They've managed to fit in some better mechanics in there. The bass. There's actually, obviously, because they're bigger. They've managed to fit in some better mechanics in there. The bass is actually pretty good.
You're watching this on Shadow while I am editing on Shadow. We've got even more meta inception in this stream than we had before, when Alex was watching the stream of me editing on Shadow while he was on Shadow doing an edit. I agree, Galaxy Buds, I listen to a lot of books at work. I don't listen to music, but these Bluetooth headphones suffer 8 hours of work and listening to books. So yeah, you want something with a lot of battery life then. And if you're talking about AirPods, Galaxy Buds, the point of all of them is that they're ridiculously small, which means you take a hit on battery life, unfortunately. I've got a couple of Kickstarter, I can't remember if it was Kickstarter or Indiegogo. I've got a couple of wireless buds being delivered. I think some next month and some of the month. I backed way too many, and now I have like more of them than I know what to do with. But one of those, the charging case itself has 100 hours of battery life built into it, and it's not a huge case either, so that'll be pretty cool when they show up.
Bass is actually pretty good. Even turning the volume up. There's not a lot of distortion. There's not a lot of distortion. It's missing a bit of clarity. The mids are a bit shit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm assuming, as suspected, they're kind of just speakers. See, the mids are a bit.
Oh, we found a naughty word. Gotta cut the naughty word. Thank you, YouTube. Where's my TV error? Oh, it's way too low. There we go.
They're a bit. I'm not gonna lie. As suspected, they're kind of just speakers. You could probably hear everything.
Oh, I'm so worried about a copyright strike from using a lot of this stuff.
Although not, it's definitely quieter. They're not speakers. So if you were in like a crowded, busy place.
Okay, I kind of contradicted myself there, and that makes no sense, but
you could probably hear everything. So if you were in like a crowded, busy place where there's a lot of noise, I don't think you're going to disrupt anyone by having this on. But you could hear this much louder than everything else around. It would probably block out a bit of noise. I'm impressed. £6. £6.65. I'm impressed. £6.
some weird turnaround.
£6.65. I better stop playing one track so consistently, because otherwise I will get hit. Visionary Music Group will probably copyright.
Like I've been saying.
£6.65. I better hit. Visionary Music Group will probably copyright.
Just realised, I've got to say, there's a lot of appreciation for the people who are actually watching this now, because it's literally twice me. Like, if I wasn't unbearable enough, it's actually two of me that you have tuned in to watch, so big props. They're a bit pricey, but if you're looking for good Bluetooth headphones with long battery life, I recommend Sony MDR100 ABN/BH ear Bluetooth. One thing I've mentioned, I think I mentioned it in this video actually, Sony need to work on their product names, because they literally just stick to like codes, and it makes it impossible. They just released a new like GoPro camera with stabilization, flip up screen, all of this, and it's like the RX02. Like, it's not catchy, Sony.
But yeah, you know what? You know what? Other than its slight museum stench, it was easy to connect.
You know what's going in there? A Night at the Museum clip. I'll find a funny one.
It was easy to connect. The sound... The sound is actually pretty decent, so I'm gonna give it like a 4, only because there's volume on here as well. You know what? Yeah. So I'm gonna give it like a 4. You know what? Yeah. I'm gonna go 4. 4 out of 5. It's. You know what? Yeah. I'm gonna go 4. 4 out of 5. It's a bit smelly. In terms of fashion, yes, you look a little bit like a Smurf.
Funny Smurf reference to go in
Some
there.
people can pull.
One thing I have noticed throughout this is when I was outside the other day recording something, I changed one of the settings on my camera and I did not change it back. It was stuck on like full auto. So as the light outside was getting brighter and darker as I was recording this, you can actually see it like being overexposed. Even though we've color graded it, it's still quite blown out. Do I recommend any good cameras for someone starting off? Because right now I'm recording with a GoPro. For start off camera, a phone, honestly. I'd ask what phone you have, because literally the cameras inside most smartphones nowadays are 10 times better than all of the big YouTubers who people are subscribed to. All of the stuff that they started off with before cameras in phones were good, they were like using compact cameras. You know, that's the crap that they were starting off with, like 3 megapixel stuff. Whereas you will find phones in most cameras in most smartphones nowadays are so much better than what most of those people started off with. I don't know what a Nokia 3.1 is. Oh, look, it's me. Okay. And the camera. 13 megapixel. F2.0 lens. It's, yeah, like I say, it's probably better than, like, what was you, so you were using the GoPro. It depends what GoPro it was as well. Cole Marnell, how you doing, man?
But pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. pretty damn good. Yes, I'm vain. What are you going to do about it? I better disconnect that as well. We're probably going to need
GoPro Hero 5. I'm pretty sure GoPro Hero 5 is actually going to be better than that. How many megapixels is a GoPro Hero 5? Shoots 12 megapixels. What did we say? The 13 megapixels. So technically, your phone is actually better. I'm doing good, Com. I'm doing good. I have no idea how long we've been editing for now, but this will probably go on for some time as a nice long edit that we're doing today. Instead of like a nice topical one where I've got stuff scripted and written in front of me and I can fly through it in like a 7-minute video. We unboxed a lot of crap. And I've got a lot of crap to cut out of this as well.
some Bluetooth stuff.
That's my best Ethan Klein impression.
Goodbye, Magic Cat. I'm there. Done. I don't know what that is.
Venomous Plays, thanks for stopping by, man. Thanks for the questions and comments. If you need anything else, drop comments on the videos. I'm always going through. I'll always be happy to reply.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Let's go for this one. Next, we're just going to get this one out of the way. It's not tech. This is the...
Stream's been up for an hour and a half and I only just saw the notification now. At least you saw the notification, because literally I don't know what's been going on with YouTube. The last 2 videos that I put out, I don't think... I had a couple of people said they didn't get the notifications. The views are like a quarter of what they would normally be by this point. And thanks a lot, YouTube, because like I was saying earlier, you spend like upwards of 10 hours working on a piece of content, you put it out on YouTube, just forget to tell people that it's there, so nobody sees it.
Out of the way. It's not tech. This is the one piece of decor that I ordered. It was just to see if we moved, if I set up a new office and I used a wall of these tiles, if they would look any good. And I'm imagining, no, not really.
Spoiler alert, they're shit.
But it's cost like £2. But I mean, £2 per square. It's probably quite an expensive wall, to be honest. An expensive wall, to be honest.
Okay, I want to cut out all of the rustling.
Oh, it's so shiny. Oh, it's so shiny. Oh, it is bigger. It's folded. £2 for one of these. Let's take it out so it's less shiny than both. Actually, it is both.
Just take that clip and let's emphasize the ridiculousness and just zoom in. Actually, want to go a bit over there. More. There we go.
Both. Hope that came.
Your last video was very useful. I was actually deciding which earphones to get, and now I'm swaying towards the Galaxy Buds. Definitely, we've had an extended conversation about those already, because the first thing we were opening on here... No, not that one. My God, we've edited a lot already. These were fake Galaxy Buds, and yeah, like I said, the last video was comparing them to... No, sorry, the fake earpods, and we were comparing them to Galaxy Buds, which, in my book, are much better.
I hope that came from a clean factory. Still stuff in my mouth.
That was funny for me, but I'm going to keep it out.
I mean, would it look bad? Would it? I think it would. Let's do a test. Let's do a test.
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this person's name out loud on stream, but hi. Were they any good? What are your thoughts on Stadia, if you don't mind me asking? Also, great job on your content. Thank you very much, Caleb. Stadia is definitely interesting. The one bit that really gets me is even that it was the unveiling to the world, the demonstration. It should have been so bang on perfect that nobody could say a bad word about it, and they managed to mess up whatever connection they were using. And you saw a ridiculous amount of latency between, they were playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, pushed the jump button, nothing happened. He pushed it again, and then he waited, and then he waited, and then there was a jump, which while it was on stage, it was like not noticeable. It was only after the people who were like looking for that stuff zoomed in, and it looked hilarious.
What are we thinking?
But it's interesting. I think in terms of Stadia, it's probably a threat to services like GeForce Now, because it's essentially taking that, replicating it, making it more mass marketable on more devices, more accessible. But it is what it is. It's a library of games which you'll probably have to repurchase them all for Stadia. Whereas it's not going to touch services like Shadow, because it is, like I said, it is what it is. It's a library of games, and that's all you can do with it. And it's not an actual PC like what we've got now. You know, I can play games on this. I can play with people who are on a regular PC, and if I need to, if I'm making content like this, I can sit here and edit it. If I ever wanted to get into 3D rendering and all of that stuff, I can do that as well.
Thinking, wall full of those in the background.
This actually fell down, which I thought was quite funny.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I probably wouldn't do it. This was more fulfilling my... Thank you. This was more fulfilling my curiosity to see how bad... This was more fulfilling my curiosity to see how bad it would look. But it's pretty effective. These are just, it's adhesive on the back.
Somebody mentioned we have been streaming for an hour and a half. I am 2 beers deep and
These are just,
need a very short break. So give me 30 seconds, maybe a minute. And we're just going to go on a very quick break. a new man. Much better. And I needed to grab another beer, so... this is... And you'll see here the annoying thing. You see that suddenly... Oops. We've run out of video footage, and that is because of the Canon 200D. What was this? 3167. 3168. Yeah, it stops recording after 30 minutes. But that's pretty good. You can see how much we've cut now. It cuts out after 30 minutes, and we've cut out 20 minutes of crap.
Sit on the back.
Problem is, we've got to line up this footage again.
This is just foam. It will just probably destroy any wall that you're going to put it on anyway. So if you're going to use this, you better be sure.
This is just foam. Oh wait, no, maybe just carried on.
This is just foam.
Okay, so what happens if I unlink you?
This is just foam.
Okay, carries on perfectly. We want to copy you. Let's make a cut so that we can connect these two. And paste attributes. We want Lumetri, and we don't need to denoise, we're already denoised. Is it working smoothly with editing? Always. It's the reason it became my main driver for editing as opposed to the MacBook, which I was using before. One, I've just got much bigger real estate to work with. Obviously, instead of a 15-inch MacBook screen where all of these Premiere Pro options are just squashed down and you can't see anything, you can't see your timeline. I've got a 20, what is this, 23? 24? I have no idea how big my screen is. Much bigger than a 15-inch MacBook. So I've got all of this real estate to work with. It's much better to sit with like an actual mouse and keyboard for some of the more fiddly bits. And as well as that, like I was saying, compared to editing on a MacBook, if I've got something where I've adjusted the speed of the clip, or I've thrown on loads and loads of layers and effects and stuff, the MacBook just stutters. The processors in them are not really meant for editing. Maybe photos, a bit of light editing, but they're not made for proper video editing. Whereas this can pretty much chew through anything that I throw at it.
Foam. It will just probably destroy any wall that you're going to put it on anyway. So if you're going to use this, you better be sure that £2, something this size, it's not terrible. 3 out of 5. Size, it's not terrible.
Try and cut out some more stuff here because, as mentioned, we are already up to 11 minutes, and this is the third product out of 6. We're only halfway there. At the moment, we're looking for a 20-minute video, which isn't too bad. There is a lot of stuff in this one.
It's not terrible. 3 out of 5. I'll give you a 3.
Does work well on new games. So the newest games that I've tried on this, Anthem, choose for it like anything, it's fine. Fallout, not Fallout, what am I talking about? I'm gonna have to check what it is. Apex Legends, fine. Anthem, fine. Spellbreak, that was just a beta. I'll have to check the Uplay stuff for the one that I'm thinking of, and I really can't remember it. It's annoying me. When we actually find out what it is, people are going to be like, how could you not remember that? Overwatch, as simple as the graphics look, is very graphically hungry in terms of processing, so it's fine. Uplay. Okay, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to keep thinking of what game I'm trying to think of. But new games, yeah, it's absolutely fine with.
It's not terrible. 3 out of 5. I'll give you a 3. Probably
Scared to get doesn't play COD or the kind games. Call of Duty I do have. Again, no issues playing Call of Duty.
Probably won't be doing this, safe to say, in my new office.
Oh, I really need a new office though. Like this backdrop, everything that you're seeing here, the desk that I'm sitting at, it's all in. It's in my living room. Like we were saying at the start, there was like a car beeping outside. There was construction going on across the road to our apartment. It's very loud. Nothing in here is soundproofed. And if I'm going to do something like this, I just have to kick my other half out of the room. Because it's just going to make background noise.
Which means
You're noisy. Leave. Which is why I need my own office. And we will be moving out of this place as soon as we can find somewhere. But for anyone old enough to start looking for houses and stuff, if you've looked recently, there's just nothing out there. Because of, I assume, Brexit. People are like, I'm not going to sell right now. I'm waiting on a Ghostbox to come back in, but they are out of stock for now. Keep an eye out. There might be some movement on that. I can't say much more. But yeah, hopefully we will get some more at some point.
Which means we're finally onto the fun stuff. We've got the two...
In fact, one of the videos that I'm going to be working on tomorrow, I'm aware I've not even finished this one yet, should be like a Shadow News roundup. Because we haven't done one since December, actually. We're coming up to Q1, end of Q1 for this year. So I'll do like a Shadow News roundup of software releases that they've made throughout this year, because a lot of them just happen in the background and people don't realize actually what they're working on. They're like, why am I paying for? Until you actually sit down and look at all of the drops that they make so like effortlessly in the background, so you don't notice they're making like improvements. Then so I'll cover a load of those. There's a new launcher. Obviously we've got to talk about Ghost, and then have a look at some of the things coming this year as well. Maverick White, yes, we did cover the activate windows in the bottom right. It's not something that anyone else will see. It's the version that I'm on. My account is, you can sign into, there's like, I can't remember what they call it. It's like stable platform. And then there's the beta version. And I am on alpha, which obviously isn't available to everyone else. I just help them find bugs and stuff before they reach people. So this is one I shouted out to them like 2 weeks ago, and then it went away, and then midstream it came back. So obviously it doesn't impact me. It's just a little bit annoying that there's a watermark down there. But it's just to make sure that because I found it, you guys won't. How long have I had it? Since August last year? I think it was around August.
Probably won't be doing this.
But literally since trying it on, I tried it on a laptop, literally since then, transitioned from, okay, well, I'm not going to edit on my MacBook anymore. I'm going to set up this entire desk, which you can see in the background here of the video. It is all based off of Shadow. It's basically a streaming setup. So all of the peripherals and everything that I went out and bought, I'm obviously so confident in the service and how well it runs, I'm happy to buy gaming mouse, gaming keyboard, 4K monitor, all of these things to run off of it because it handles it fine.
Safe to say, in my new office. Which means we're finally onto the fun stuff. We've got probably the two most expensive... Wait, am I still missing something? No, there's one here as well. Free stuff left. I thought Wish done me good then. So we got 3 things left. We have this one.
What are you talking about? Do I want to put in any of that stuff? This was just me talking to myself incessantly.
Two most expensive... Wait, am I still missing something? No, there's one here as well. Free stuff left. I thought Wish done me good then. So we got 3 things left. We have
Let's keep it for now. I might cut it out. This is just a first draft of this edit.
I thought Wish done me good then. So we got 3 things left. We have this one is... Okay, so we got 3 things left. There. I thought Wish done me good then.
We want to cut to there. But yeah, this is the... Maybe I should have started Actually, no, because the point of this, I wanted people to see all of the mistakes and stuff that I make when I'm recording. When I see big creators accidentally leave in their mistakes, or they leave in like bloopers, it actually makes me feel much better about my ability to record a video and the mistakes that I made. So I thought that might help other people as well, just to see the amount that I mess up and the amount of crap that I have to cut from this raw footage. But because this is a first round kind of edit, is literally me going through, and this will be a draft version, it's just cutting the clips, putting them into somewhat of a consumable story. And then the second round of it I go through will be to clear out the stuff which I think, well, that's excess, that's making it a bit longer, that doesn't need to be there. And I'll add in any like clips I need to add to make it funny clips from the internet, which is the stuff which is going to get me in trouble with Article 13, but meh. And yeah, any editing changes I want to make, zooming in, slowing down, shaking the script, like any crap like that I would do on the second round of editing. But that's the stuff I wasn't going to do. Now I remember, I wasn't going to do it for this because that stuff is just a lot of like keyframing and it's not the most exciting to watch. Pro Practice says he's just bought Shadow and he's so excited for it. Congratulations, yeah, it's a good choice. It is absolutely a good choice. I mean, you can just see from this, it is chewing through editing, you know, even though it's just cutting clips together. This is something that you can't do on a lot of laptops, to be fair.
I thought, which done me good then. Okay, so we've got 3 things left. There is the stabilizer gimbal thing. There is a drone, which I am most fascinated to see. And there is a camera, which was supposed to be a knockoff of a Canon. So let's just see about that.
This next one is the gimbal, I think.
See about
that. What render times on it like? To do a normal video, which, like I said, would have all of those things in it, all of the layers, especially the effects, the color grading, all of that. For about a 10-minute video, I could probably render it out in about the length of the video. A 10-minute video will take about 10 minutes to render. And that's at 1080p. I don't record in 4K or anything.
See about that.
Let's cut out all of this crap of me just opening a box, because nobody cares.
It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. I'm not going to lie. It looks pretty good. I think this was the most expensive thing that we bought. It's not really like an off-brand product. It's just probably a lesser-known brand. It's called FunSnap. So, face tracking.
Stuff like that which gets cut out. Just like me thinking of what to say next. And actually, if I do have another tip for people just starting out and people creating content, it's to keep an eye out for stuff like that, because you see people with like smaller channels and you watch through their content and they just leave a lot of stuff in, stuff that really just needs to be filtered out to progress through the video quicker. It's 2019, people's attention spans are very short now because of phones, basically, social media. People won't sit there and watch you in silence and go and ah. So any of that you can strip out from your content is always better to do. And as you continue to progress and keep recording and stuff, you'll eventually get away from using the ums and ahs and stuff, which makes your editing much better anyway. Does it support dual monitors, by the way? It doesn't right now, but I've seen it working. At a Shadow event, they did a proof of concept. It was actually more than dual monitors. It was on a triple monitor setup connected to a racing rig with a wheel and pedals and everything. But you had 3 32-inch screens connected to each other with, like, from the inside of a car, and you could see everything rushing past on the side monitors. And again, this is all using Shadow, so it's trying to process the graphics for 3 different screens, and it worked fine. but that was proof of concept. It's not ready for like consumer use just yet. But hopefully we'll get an update on that. Maybe later this year, I think. Maybe. I don't know. All of this stuff is my conjecture, by the way. I'm not an official source of truth. I don't get told everything, unfortunately.
So, face tracking, picture beautification, compatible. Face tracking.
Let's cut out that. There's a nice gap there.
Picture beautification, compatible with sports cameras. So you can put GoPros, things like that in here. Sony just released a really cool new action cam, by the way, RXO2. They've got to do better with their names. Come on, Sony.
I think we literally just said that in the stream.
Cameras, you can put GoPros, things like that in here.
There we go. Let's get rid of you. Nobody cares about the Sony comment. We all know that their model numbers are trash.
So, 2. They've got to do better with their names. Come on, Sony. 8 hours battery life. 8 hours battery life. Bluetooth control. Quick vertical to horizontal switch. Time-lapse modes. Zoom. Shot panning. It looks pretty good. Now we've got an S10 camera to put in it.
Weird flex, but there we go. Yeah, like some of that stuff, when I go through my second pass, I might cut out. Like maybe people don't care about every feature that's on the box.
8 hours battery life, Bluetooth control, quick vertical to horizontal switch, time-lapse modes, zoom, shot panning. It looks pretty.
Like, do people care? I don't know.
To put in it, maybe actually be able to get some half-decent results out of this. Keep putting these.
Why does it say activate Windows? I'm going to have to write a description up here so I don't have to keep saying it. I'm on an alpha version of Shadow, and it's just one of the bugs. And when I find bugs in this alpha version, I report it to those guys so it doesn't end up in the version that everyone else uses. So this wasn't here when I started the stream. I reported the bug 2 weeks ago. It went away, and it came back halfway through the stream.
Keep putting these.
But, I mean, it's not hurting anyone. It's just, it's a watermark down there. It doesn't get in the way. It doesn't stop me doing anything. And it's not factual. It's just a bug that makes it pop up.
Keep putting these Chinese factory things in my mouth.
That's fine. Pro practice. Like for people just joining the stream, it's probably one of the first things they're gonna notice and point out.
I have to get some shots.
Junkie James says audio is low. I don't know if he's talking about the audio of me talking now or the audio of the edit, because I've adjusted the volume so it's not like blasting out, and because there's parts where I'm talking while this is playing.
Mouth. I have to get some shots. Chinese factory things in my mouth. I have to get some shots.
The edit audio, I can change that. I can put it up a little bit if it's a bit too low. You can see that's microphone volume there. I'll just turn it up a little bit. I might make it a little bit louder. Let me know. So I don't need any of this stuff.
How do I get you open? Not like that. Do slow. Is there a latch?
I remember this box was a bitch to open.
This is why we're not an unboxing channel.
Okay, I'll probably use some of that.
How do I get you open? How do I get you open? Not
Much
like that.
better. Cool. Let me know if it changes, if it needs to go down, if it needs to go up.
Not like that.
So Jump to this bit.
Do you slide out? Is it a slide?
That bit.
Slide. Is there a latch?
There we go. And now all of these random incoherent comments, when strung together, make it seem like I'm talking sense.
Get you open. Not like that. Slide. Is there a latch?
There we go.
This is why we're not an unboxing channel. Why we're not an unboxing channel. I think you slide out.
That's true, but when I get a new office set up, hopefully I'll have space for a desk with an overhead camera, and we actually can do some pretty looking unboxing instead of just me opening shit on my lap.
You don't slide out. I'm so confused. You don't slide out. I'm so confused.
Actually did slide out. Have I moved yet? No, we're looking for places and have been since November last year, which is starting to get stressful because we had one place put in an offer, it fell through. Found another place, was going to put in an offer, it already sold. And then everywhere that's left at the moment, I think Brexit is putting a weird delay on people like putting their houses up for sale. So I check on a daily basis and there's nothing pretty much. There's people, the really annoying thing is people, and it's completely different for people in America, for people in England. In England, you take what should be a single house and they split it in two. They class it as two different properties and you end up paying what you should pay for an entire house for just the upstairs, which you have to share. And it's really annoying. Basically, the whole of the UK, the entire UK with finding property right now it's stressful, it's annoying, and because there isn't a lot of variety and things out there, the things that are out there which are trash, the prices skyrocketed for absolute trash. There are like some actual crack houses that I have seen on like Rightmove for like £200,000-300,000. I'm like, you can buy more crack with that money than you can for that house.
You do slide out. It's a slide. Whee!
Okay, do we want to include some of this? Oh, I'm gonna cut there. I'm gonna remove that audio and then probably at some point either slow it down or speed it up and either play funny music or sexy music over it. Right now I'm thinking sexy music just because of that motion. Good luck to me when I move out of my parents' house. Good luck indeed it is. Stressful. It's definitely stressful. But who knows, you might get lucky. You might literally just find a place, you like it, you put in an offer, it gets accepted, there's no chains, there's no people backing out. It's the perfect way to do things, but this is literally taking me from, what, like here? To get this box open. We're running into like 5 minutes now for a single box. This just makes me look like a gynecologist.
Presentation. It's not too bad. Not too bad.
See what I mean? If this was the faces, yeah. I hope people keep coming back for the faces. Like this is what I'm saying. If it was and this is what makes me double think some of these things. Like I just said, if I moved out, got a studio, got an overhead camera rig, and we did the unboxings all like real pretty. There's lots of people who do that. You know, you become a dime a dozen. Whereas you pull fucking faces like this. because you're struggling to unbox something, it kind of adds to the comedy of it, which is what my channel is all about. It's kind of like the tech side of it, but in a way that isn't so dull and dry that it just makes you want to fall asleep.
Too bad.
Do you know when Shadow PC is coming to Ireland? I don't. It's a commonly asked question, as common as when is it coming to Canada. So I know obviously they're working on their US coverage at the moment. Probably for Ireland it requires another data center somewhere a bit closer, because you would be trying to stretch all of the way to France. So Ireland and France, even on the best connection, you're asking a lot. So you'd probably have to wait until there is some kind of like London data center, which to my knowledge doesn't exist, isn't in the plans. But obviously if anything changes, then I do kind of update videos on the channel about it anyway, so I'll include it on that.
All right. Let's just take out all the pieces first. Oh, a counterweight. I'm shit at these things.
Sometimes it's hard. I can't remember if I was talking to the camera to include this stuff in the video, or if I was just talking to myself incessantly.
Shit at these things.
I think I was just talking to myself.
Okay, everything is out of the box. I'm just going to get the shit out of the way. It looks horrible down there now, by the way. But this is a gift. Ooh, I broke it already.
So let's just start there. Cut out all of that gibbering. Yeah, nearest data center to the UK is currently France.
Not too bad. This is a gift. Ooh, I broke it already.
But France is what I'm connected to right now. I am sort of southeast of London, I guess. So I'm still going from there to France. You know, my connection, there's no latency, me moving my mouse around, this being able to chew through editing. Obviously, as well as that, not only am I editing, I'm streaming this as well. That still feels smooth though. So like I said, where I am, yes. The further away you go, I don't know. I think, like I was saying earlier, I think the further from the data center you get, the higher that minimum connection should probably be. So they recommend 15 meg minimum, but I would say as you move like further away, you push that minimum up essentially. But I don't, like I say, in terms of connection speed and stuff here, I don't really have any problems. And I'm on 100 down.
It's not too bad. This is a gimbal. Ooh, I broke it already. This is the gimbal. This is the gimbal.
That bit.
I have a charging cable, micro USB, and what appears to be a counterweight if you're using something fairly heavy. I have...
So we want that bit. Oh.
Already. This is a gimbal. I have a charging cable, micro USB, and what appears to be a counterweight if you're using something fairly heavy. So, just gonna, again, the S10 somewhere under the trash. Yeah, found it. Okay, how easy is this to get in? So it looks like you just extend this bit here. That's a bit tight.
That's what she said. Oh, I can put a "that's what she said" joke in there. Awesome.
Okay, how easy is this to get in? So it looks is to get in.
So this is what I was saying about the way my brain works for references and TV quotes and stuff like that. Immediately I'm jumping to The Office, That's What She Said, and Family Guy, Quagmire's Giggity.
Heavy. How easy is this to get in? So it looks like you just extend this bit here. That's a bit tight.
That's what she said. Yep, that's going to work better.
So awkward. Okay, and so I think that's how you're supposed to do it. Obviously I haven't turned it on yet. And to do that, instructions will not be read.
Never read the instructions, even for these Chinese things. Mainly because all of it was in Chinese.
Hold you down. Oh God. Wow. Okay, and so I think that's how you're supposed to do it. Obviously I haven't... Okay, and so I think that's how you're supposed to do it. Obviously I haven't turned it on yet. And to do that, instructions will not be read. I haven't turned it on yet. And to do that, will not be read. Hold you down.
We'll jump to that bit.
Oh God. Wow.
I forgot that bit was up there. I think I'll keep it there. I think it looks devilishly handsome. Maybe we should change it. That ain't much better. That ain't much better. That ain't much better. I can handle that. This is definitely the bit which you don't see on anyone's videos. It always looks like they're just sitting there casually. Like, oh hey, didn't see you there. But no, they all had to press start on the camera at some point. This is how everyone's footage actually starts. But you don't see that. I'm giving you a nice behind the scenes.
Wow. Okay. So it can support the weight at this weird... So it can support the weight at this weird kind of angle of an S10. So that's good to know. It is really, like, really smooth.
I'm going to cut that bit out because I don't want it to be misleading, because this is Future Mark talking now, and I tested this thing and I was not impressed.
So we have got a joystick on here as well.
We're still live, we're still going strong, and just slowly losing the will to live because it's just watching myself be an idiot over and over again.
It is really, like, really smooth.
But we are on our fourth, I think this is the fourth Wish product out of 6. There's only 2 to go.
Like, really smooth.
Oh, the feels bad.
So we have got a joystick on here as well to see if we can move it independently. Maybe you have to change modes. Oh, no.
It has I don't know if it's called a pitch or a yaw. It only goes up and down. It doesn't go left and right.
It is really, like, really smooth.
So let's not use that bit.
So we have got...
Let's cut out the
We have got a joystick on here as well to see if we can move it independently.
Company Tech Reviews could be a hit if you're called Tech Smart.
On here as well to see if we can move it independently.
I think that is because I discovered Tech Smart literally about 2 weeks ago, and then the second I started watching their stuff, having never seen them before, I was like, people are going to think I've copied these guys because they've got like 3.3 million subscribers. So obviously they're much more well known, much more. So it's going to seem like I've watched their stuff and go, oh, that seems to work, or they get a lot of views, so let me copy them. I'd never even heard of them, yet I was making similar content, making similar jokes, because they also do a lot of cutaway, like, reference stuff as well, and I was like, this is me. Just a different version of me. It's weird.
On here as well to see if we can move it independently. Maybe you have to change modes. Oh, no. Tilt. Tilt.
I can get 1 mil easy peasy. I seriously doubt it. Maybe before something has happened to the algorithm. If we're going to get serious and deep, like before Christmas, I went from 1,000 subscribers to 10,000, like in a month or so. it really didn't take long, and it seemed like it was like skyrocketing. We're now coming into April, so we're 4 months down the line, and we're 1,000 subscribers higher. So something happened to that momentum. The algorithm decided maybe it was just like, you know what, this guy swore that one time, so no, we won't suggest his stuff anymore. But something happened, which is just why we're like busting our asses now to get as much content out as possible. How do I like the Shadow Ghost? I bought one when it was first released, and you love it. I love it as well. Compared to the box, obviously I was one of the people who did have the box. It's now sat on my shelf. It's a nice little ornament, but it was so loud. And it was in the back of all of my videos. And luckily the microphone I was using then, the one on top of my camera, wasn't that loud. Didn't pick up that much stuff, and you couldn't really hear it. If I was using this one that we're using now, picks up so much noise that I wouldn't have been able to use it. It wouldn't have been able to be on in the background like this one is.
Change modes.
But also, obviously, other than that, it looks sexy as hell.
Tilt. Maybe you have to change modes. Tilt. Tilt. Doesn't do left and right. That's weird.
It is weird. It didn't do left and right. Left and right is zoomed in, and up and down did the pitch or yaw, whatever you call it.
Doesn't do left and right. That's weird. But you can get some. That's weird.
Let's cut out the awkward
You
silences.
can get some good tilt action going on. Oh yeah, here it goes again.
What do we use more, Ghost or PC app? Probably the Ghost, because it's like you can see in the background right here is my entire desk setup is based off of running on the Ghost. So if I'm playing games, I would. By the way, your mic sounds like there's interference. I was tapping it a little bit. Maybe it was that. So yeah, if I'm playing games, I'd rather sit at a desk than sit on the app. I would be running off of a laptop, so I'd only really use that if I was away from home. But I have done that. I have sat in hotel rooms, managed to run off of their most basic Wi-Fi being shared between every other guest, and managed to run like AAA games. Just going to do this quickly in case there is any issues with you. I might just reset. Alright, let me know how it sounds now.
Some good tilt action going on. Oh yeah, here it goes again. Woo! Oh yeah, here it goes again. Woo!
My God, you were an idiot, sir.
It's pretty cool. I'm impressed with that. There is it seems like a trigger, but that's like a take a picture button right there. I imagine you'd probably have to pair this thing to your phone first to get it to do that. Now it's difficult to use my phone because it's trying to correct. Right there. I imagine you'd probably
I want to leave this bit in. This leads up to the bit that I want, and without it, it doesn't make sense.
It's pretty cool. I'm impressed with that. There is
Let's put in this bit.
pretty cool. There is it seems like a trigger, but that's like a take a picture button right there. I imagine you'd probably have to pair this thing to your phone first to get it to do that. Now it's difficult to use my phone because it's trying to correct.
Okay, let's cut that bit out, see if it makes sense without it.
Pretty cool. I'm impressed with that. Now it's difficult to use my phone because it's trying to correct. Easy now. No, I need to figure out how to connect it to the... Oh, it's gone crazy. Didn't like that. Don't put it on the floor flat because it doesn't know gyroscopically where it's gone. And it makes a sad noise when you turn him off. And he goes limp. Floor flat because it doesn't know gyroscopically where it's gone. And it makes a sad noise when you turn him off. And he goes limp. That's usually what happens when you're turned off.
So I want to try and include that bit without including all the crap of...
No, I need to figure out how to connect it to the... Oh, it's gone crazy. Didn't like that. Don't put it on the floor flat because it doesn't...
Let's just go from there. Cuts out all of this stuff.
Don't put it on the floor flat because it doesn't know gyroscopically where it's gone. And it makes a sad noise when you turn him off. And he goes limp.
And this short instance there is how long it took my dirty mind to think up this joke.
That's usually what happens when you're turned off.
Bravo, sir. Bravo. Now, I'm pretty sure if we zoom out, all of the bits with no audio is literally how long I sat there trying to read instructions for. Try and lie, Mark. You can't read.
But this is real fun to watch. Oh, God.
And more reading.
Okay.
And he's still trying to figure it out.
So from the instructions, it seems like there's an app we need to get first. Let's have a look. Actually wants me to use a QR code read.
Yeah, nobody cares. It took a while.
Okay, here's the app. It's called Capture Move To.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Okay, you go into the app, you allow it to access your phone and your, not all of your phone, just the camera, your gallery, stuff like that. It's looking for the Bluetooth.
Let's get rid of that. And by doing that, we've managed to cut out at least 3 or 4 minutes of crap.
Okay, you go into the app, you allow it to access your phone and your, not all of your phone, just the camera, your gallery, stuff like that. It's looking for the Bluetooth device. Let's turn this thing on, which is now turned into a weird vibrator.
It really did. It really did.
He died.
So when I go through my second round of editing, like I did with the packet that we threw before where I wanted to track it, I'll probably track this little arm while he dies for comedic effect.
He died. I think he realized there's no weight in it, so it's like, I'm trying. No. I'm trying. No. Oh, but now you're turned off, so you're not going to find... This shit's complicated.
It was. That's why you've taken 5 minutes to try and
Okay.
get it working. Ah, is it still doing it?
Well, that seems like it hurt my phone.
Also, I've never heard of this. Listen to this device on Windows. I don't know of what you speak. Let me try this again. Oh, my intermission screen is gone. This is a horrible live stream, but it is like the first one I've done on YouTube, so
This shit's complicated.
I'm excused.
Okay. Well, that seems like it hurt my phone. Okay. Well, that...
About there. Do we want any of this stuff?
I think he realised there's no weight in it, so it's like, I'm trying.
Nah, let's get rid of that.
Okay. Well, that seems like it hurt my phone. Let's try again.
You know what I can do is just pull up the stream. Yeah, actually that watermark wasn't there an hour ago. That is probably why. So like I said before, because this is an alpha instance of Shadow, so I do help them find bugs and stuff. I reported that bug about 2 weeks ago, and it had gone away, and then halfway through the stream it decided to pop back. But like I say, it's just a bug that I see in like alpha state, and I tell them about it, so it doesn't go into an instance that you guys will see. I'm doing the dirty work here. Also, let me know how my audio is now, because I'm just going to try and check the stream on my own stuff.
When it comes to cryptocurrency trading, there's a
Nobody cares about cryptocurrency trading.
Nobody cares about cryptocurrency trading.
Okay, the audio sounds better. If it doesn't for you, then it might just be you, but it sounds fine through my phone.
My phone. Let's try again. We want blue. Phone gimbal connect. We want blue. Phone gimbal connect.
Ah, it looks like the audio, for some reason my audio recording did a weird skip. So, I don't think I've seen before.
We want blue.
Hear that weird,
We want blue. Phone gimbal connect.
and then suddenly it's not synced up anymore. That's weird. So what I do, they are unlinked. I'm not going to use this clip here anyway. Hooded Ornament says, "Hi Shadow Team." I don't know if they're watching. And it certainly doesn't include me. More of a Shadow enthusiast.
Okay, I think that's it. We're connected.
Let's move you back.
Okay, I think that's it. We're connected. So now,
Okay, move the phone from your face so I can see if it's synced up.
phone gimbal connect.
I think it needs a little bit more. They tweeted out that's why you are here. I didn't get the notification. Oh, my phone is on the floor. That would be why. That would be why.
Phone gimbal.
There we go. Much better synced.
Okay, I think that's it. We're connected. So now,
And we've got to relink these clips together. Get rid of you.
okay, I think that's it. We're connected. So now,
Cut out the silence
well,
while I try to figure this
taking
crap
a
out.
photo's right there. But it's at this weird kind of angle. If I try and hold it straight, it's...
It's true. That is my entire review of this gimbal, is that it just had a mind of its own and wanted to go one way.
But it's at this weird kind of angle. If I try and hold it straight, it's...
And it was like you were, yeah, like that. I was trying to fight the gimbal, essentially.
Oh,
And then this is where my camera cut off, because it cuts off after 30 minutes. 3168, now we need 3169, and we need to do that resync audio again. Awesome. which I think is probably somewhere like here.
And this is what happens.
Alright.
And this is what happens.
Still out of sync.
And this is what happens when.
Perfect. But yeah, this is how bad, like, we turn this off. This is how bad actual camera audio sounds.
And this is what happens when your camera can only record 30 minutes at a time.
It sounds like trash. So, unlink, get rid of you. And then this is, so I use the Fronmax microphone. Funny enough, there's a video on it on my channel. Go check it out. But not now, we're streaming. But this is that microphone compared to on-camera audio.
And this is what happens when your camera can only record 30 minutes at a time.
Much better. So let's make a cut. Go to you. And link these two together. And there we go.
And this is what happens when your camera can only record 30 minutes at a time. Yeah, it's lucky I was looking.
Yeah. We don't need to know that in the video.
Kind of angle. If I try and hold it straight, it's.
What do I think of Google Stadia? Again, we talked about it just very briefly, probably while you were gone though. So I think it's interesting. I think the target market for it, the people who are going to be in most trouble from an industry perspective is more like GeForce Now, because they're essentially taking that prospect of gaming libraries, essentially a library of games which you access through the cloud and play them without downloading, installing, patching, things like that. It's the most closely replicated thing which is in existence at the moment is probably GeForce Now. Whereas stuff like Shadow, I don't think they really need to worry, because it's completely different from what they're trying to do. It's not only, you can play games, which is all Stadia can do, but it's the fact that I can do stuff like this. I'm sitting here editing on Shadow. I'm not going to be able to do that on Stadia. There was a big push of like, you'll be able, because it's a Google product, Google owns YouTube, you'll be able to go straight from Stadia to YouTube, but I don't think you're ever going to be able to remove that layer in between of this step right here of sat at a computer, removing out the stuff that you said by accident that you don't want people to hear, add in some funny clips, the bits that you want to, you want to put your own stamp on it. You don't just want to go straight from game to internet without being able to put your mark on it as a content creator. And that's what I think personally.
And this is what.
Probably went off on a bit of a tangent there.
And this is what happens when your camera can only record 30 minutes at a time. Yeah, it's lucky I was looking at the screen. Okay, so it looks like. How can I show you?
I want to get Shadow, but no idea what it's like for someone in the UK lag-wise. It depends where you are in the UK, because obviously I'm in the UK right now, and have zero lag. Like, as I move my mouse, it is moving exactly as it would on a local machine. So in terms of input lag, which I think is what a lot of people worry about, it's not noticeable. It's
at a time.
It's just not a thing.
Yeah, it's lucky I was looking at the screen. Okay, so it looks like. How can I show you without it twisting?
How's this? Ah, that audio's done a jump again. Terrible audio file. I wasn't actually using anything decent to record the audio. I was just being lazy, so I grabbed Voice Recorder, which is not the most reliable software.
Without it twisting.
How's this?
This is good? This is working for you?
So I'm actually going to have to
there we go.
Cut it and sync up.
Well, this just looks weird.
Oh, now I can't even see my mouth actually to be able to link up that audio. So that's weird. I get what I was trying to do. I was trying to, yeah, make that effect. But it doesn't help that I can't see my goddamn lips.
Video, but you know what? So we found video, but you know what? Okay, so we found video, but you...
Almost there.
Okay, so we found video, but you know what? It's really...
Still not quite. I think we might have gone past it.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to go back the other way.
Okay, so we found video, but you know what? It's really not good.
Yeah, a bit more. This is the stuff people wanted to see on a live stream.
Okay, so we found video, but you know what?
Perfect.
This is good. This is working. Well, this just looks weird.
Alright, now we've got to link these pieces back. I hope this maybe convinces people who are like, oh, I want to make some content, but, you know, editing, I don't know how to edit. It's really difficult. I mean, like I said, although this is just my first sort of round, it's just my first draft of this edit. If you can cut and you can paste clips together, then you can edit and you can, you know, as a good starting point. And you just learn as you go along. You watch other people's stuff. You're like, oh, I wonder how they did that. And then one of the, you know, this was working with a green screen and things like that. And then there was a clip that I was real proud of that I'm going to have to go to my page to find. Hello? My profile. It was this bit right here. You know, you see that's called a tracked mask or whatever it is. But that took me like 20 minutes and it's a 4-second clip. But it like added that much like extraness into that video. It was worth sitting there just doing it because I think it looks cool.
Well, this just looks weird. Okay, so you can see that the trigger here, obviously we saw before there's like the pitch,
That's a weird crotch shot.
obviously we saw before there's like the pitch, the yaw, whatever you want to call it.
Much appreciated, Azul. You're doing my job for me. But yeah, if you want to try it, if it doesn't work, then you can get a refund. You can just cancel. And yeah, if it's cheaper, then use my code, £10 off the first month. Give it a go. As far as I'm aware, I haven't heard people making noise about it for a while, so I'm assuming it's better now. But right after Christmas, there was an influx of people who were like, I need to get this now. So the sign up time went from like same day to like 2 weeks, but I think it's regulated now. It's gone back to, I mean, I was on stream with somebody who signed up the other day and they got their like welcome email and activation and stuff while we were on stream. So it should have gone back now. But yeah, like I said, some people start the year waited like 16 days.
Whatever you want to call it. There we go. That looks sufficiently weird. And then left and right is actually like a zoom in and out. Again, very weird. There we go. Now we're in a creepy position. Yeah, right there. Love it. Ah, rah, 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 rah.
Do I want to put that in? That was just fucking weird.
There we go. There we go. Now we're in a creepy position.
There we go. Makes Channel said they only waited a day. So I'm assuming that was more recently because, like I said, they literally threw, because the sign-up process is not automated. Somebody needs to allocate you your space and activate you and all of that. So they literally had to throw human beings in it to get that time down, and people were like working through the night to get that. And I like really respect the guys who did that over at Shadow, because they knew people were waiting, people were getting frustrated, so they threw as many people as they could. They worked as hard as they could to get that time down. Far Cry New Dawn. That is the game that I was trying to think of over an hour ago now.
Now we're in a creepy position. Yeah, right there. Love it.
Let's just cut that out.
Ah, rah, 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 rah. I want you to turn around. Turn around, please. Let's change the pitch. Okay, how do I do a video? There we go.
So I do have this video recording actually somewhere. I think it's called Capture. That's not that one. And this is when I went for a trip outside. Holy shit, the S10 camera, and this is front-facing camera as well, looks so much better than a Canon 200D. I mean, rightly so, they cost about the same, but Jesus, do I need to start recording my videos with my phone? It's like the details you can see, like in my pathetic excuse for a beard, like I can see individual hairs, whereas this is just like a bit blurry. Interesting. I'll have to think about that one.
You know what? I want to go outside today. Okay, so we found video, but you know what? It's really not going to be dramatic enough if I just record. Okay, so we found video, but you know what? It's really not going to be dramatic enough if I just record the flat around me. So I'm going to take a quick short out. Short?
Oh, you done messed that up.
So I'm going to take a quick... What is wrong with your English?
And that's what you don't usually see.
Really not going to be dramatic enough if I just record the flat around me. English. So I'm going to take a quick trip outside and just see how...
But this is like my overcorrectiveness of messing up that last bit. I overpronunciate the next bit, so now that we've cut it out, it just sounds weird.
The flat around me. So I'm going to take a quick trip outside.
So I've gone a quick trip outside. People are like, why the fuck is he over enunciating?
Trip outside and just see how this actually performs. If I like run around, I will probably look a little bit weird, but that's fine. Let's go outside quick.
Outside we went. So this is the first one. Even I haven't seen this played back yet, by the way. I have no idea what this actually looks like stabilized, if it looks like crap. It's doing like a weird... It wants to look at the ceiling. It's definitely not like locked into position so it knows where it's supposed to be facing. It's like looking around, like waving based on like which way I am facing or turning. Oh, and by the way, anytime you want to record something outside, yes, flat leaked. Anytime you want to record something outside and just walk around talking to yourself, you're guaranteed to see every person who lives in that area suddenly come out and walk past you, because it was awkward. It was very awkward. There's someone. So this was just like me trying to walk straight and have it look as stabilized as possible, just going in a straight line. But the main thing that I saw with this, you'll probably notice it as well as we play through, it like wants to look to the left. I'm like walking in a straight line, holding it straight. And it's like, what's going on over here? So I was trying to correct it the entire time, but it's like, oh, no, what's this house doing? Me trying to fix it again. It's just, it's not working like you would expect a decent gimbal like a DJI Osmo to work, for example. Yes, the shot looks not very bumpy, but I just can't control where it's facing. So we're going to put in, I don't want all this crap, we just want enough to emphasize how bad it was. Punk Steven said he just signed up. Awesome, man. I really hope you enjoy it, and I'm sure you will, because everything just got unlocked to you, basically. Editing, playing games. And Azuz is seriously helping me out tonight, just answering all of these questions while I'm preoccupied with the edit. So thank you very much, bro. Alright, where do we want this one to play from? Probably about here. Put a bit of that. Do I want audio? We'll put in the audio. Oh, that's weird. What? You recorded in 720p, which is very weird. I don't think that's the S10. I think that is the app which I had to download for this gimbal to work through. Just defaulted to 720 for some reason. That's weird. So 150 is what makes that full.
Fine. Let's go outside quick.
It doesn't look as good in 720. Makes it look like a bad gimbal now. I mean, it's not a great gimbal, so I'm not too worried about that. That shows that it's a little bit wobbly. That's a good one. Let's try and take some of this. I want to not get people's license plates in if I can. I'm sure they wouldn't appreciate that. Let's go from there. That's good. That shows that I like tried to correct it because it was being crap. And then yeah, I'm pretty sure that once I expand these out to 720, it's going to blur. It's not going to look as good. But for some reason, their app defaulted to 720. The colours are still good. You can't fault the S10 camera. The colours still look really good. I'm not going to have to colour grade that at all, I don't think. Maybe a little bit. I'll probably go in and touch it later. Okay, so I feel pretty confident in saying not great. Let's put in this whole thing and I'll just edit it on my timeline. How to stop input from controller lag. Yeah, it depends what you're using. Xbox, absolutely perfect, because you're talking Xbox talking to Windows, which is obviously what's running through Shadow. Whereas PS4, you need to use a piece of like converting software called DS4, which takes the PlayStation inputs, turns them into Xbox inputs so that Windows can understand it, and it's that conversion which I think causes a little bit of input delay. But yeah, like as I said, Xbox One S controller for controller of choice for me. Okay, so I feel pretty... Okay, so I feel pretty confident in saying not great. Like for this, my hand is slowly turning to the left because it wants to adjust itself constantly. Yes, it is adjust itself constantly. Now I'm wondering if this is the S10 camera, like front-facing camera. I know it's good, or I read something on the box that said beautification, and I'm wondering if by using the app it's trying to do something to the actual video. Adjust itself constantly. Yes, it is stable, but at what cost? Cost. Just adjust that a little bit as well, and you can see, you saw in the footage looking forward, that all it wanted to do is look to the left. Oh wait, did I cut too much there? No, let's get rid of that. That all it wanted to do is look to the left. It did not care what was in front of me. It was like, but what's going on over here? So that is skin smoothing, my god. Over here. I'm gorgeous. I'm joking, I'm really not. I would say it's making my teeth look white, but they actually are that white. That's just... I might have whitened them at one point. Removes skin pulls, pores, and dampens pimples. What's going on over here? If it could fill in my beard a little bit more, it would be perfect. So, £52. If you were doing some very short clips, which you needed stabilizing, then yes, maybe, yeah, it's doing well. I think at stabilization, it's just directional. It hasn't got a clue. Maybe that's software related, maybe the hardware itself is trash, who knows? But you can clearly see as we're going on that this is becoming less vertical, less horizontal, more vertical. It's not great. I can actually probably, if I stick a bit of denoise in that, it might not sound very good, but I might actually be able to get rid of some of that wind. I should do a light denoise first and see how it handles that. Maybe the hardware itself is trash, who knows? But you can clearly see as we're going on that this is becoming less vertical, less horizontal, more vertical. As we're going on that this is becoming less, less vertical, less. Remove where you're done messed up. On that this is becoming less horizontal, more vertical. It's not great. Then 3169. We want to go to 70. We've got to line up all the audio again. A forewarning, guys, we are probably coming somewhere towards the end of this stream. This stream. Based on my inability to talk, probably based on the fact that it's 11 o'clock and we have been streaming for over a few hours now. And yes, I'm 3 beers in, but that has nothing to do with it. In fact, all that's going to do is make me look back on my editing tomorrow and go, what was you doing? So I need this. And we're looking for, you see that peak there and that peak there. That's how I know, oh God. So I know where to line up. And this is old school, and it's something that a lot of people don't realize. You know, in old Hollywood movies, where they bring out the marker and it's got the scene, or it's like the take, the scene and the take, and then they do the clack. And that is literally because when they go into editing it, the audio is recorded separately to the video. Obviously they've got like a red camera or whatever cinema camera they've got. The audio is recorded separately over a boom pole mic, so they need to sync it up later in post. And that click is the exact same thing I'm doing here when I'm clapping, because I can use that to see if the audio is synced up. So I can move it about there, and it should be bang. I don't know what that face was after though. I have no excuse for that. Apparently I scared myself by clapping. I don't know. I haven't actually seen anything on the Huawei P30 yet. I know there's a lot of hype around it, but I'm like overwhelmed with new phone stuff at the moment. It's difficult to keep on top of everything as they keep releasing, especially with phones. It's the reason I don't cover a lot of phones on my channel. It's obviously still tech, but like we're getting to the point where every phone is the same phone with a slightly different skin, running the same operating system with a slightly, they're all Snapdragon 845s. The insides of the phones are identical now. There's not much in them for me to like keep enthralled with like, oh, this one's just come out, this one's just come out. But it's just in my nature. I will have a look.
So who knows, maybe I didn't spend enough.
So we need to denoise the clip again, because if you can listen here, let's turn it up a bit. Where is it? So there's just a lot of hissing and kind of background noise. Whereas if we, oh, I don't want to cut, go to the denoise, which by the way, every time reminds me of that Key and Peele scene. Denise. You say they're just trying to come up with the best screen to body ratios. Well, have Oppo literally just nailed them with this little doodad. So now there's no hole punch, there's no cutout, there's no forehead or anything on it at all. You want a front-facing camera, it pops up electronically. It's a motorized camera that pops up from Oppo. Which I need to look into this because Oppo actually followed me on Instagram the other day. So, I mean, Oppo, do you want to work together? Is that, because I'm just sitting here with my beer, and you're up there on stage with your tight outfits. No, now I'm just quoting Family Guy. But yeah, it's genius. You've removed the hole punch. You've removed anything that's going to take your eye away from a completely filled-in screen. Once you've got the built-in screen fingerprint scanner as well, you've got no thumbprint or anything on there's no chin, there's no forehead. You've got complete screen, I can't remember the word I'm thinking of. You filled it in, essentially. Okay. We were editing sound before we got distracted.
So who knows, maybe I didn't spend enough time with the...
So that was loud.
So who knows, maybe...
And there's it quieting down just a little bit.
So who knows, maybe I didn't spend enough time with the instructions on this one. Maybe there's some things you need to tweak in the actual app, the software side of it. But something like this seems like something you should just... It's like a run and gun. You should just be able to grab it. There shouldn't be that much to play with. So the fact that I couldn't get it to work straight out of the box, yes, it stabilized. Yes, when you got it to work, it was...
Oh, also, I left my voice recorder up in the background of this bit. That's just something that triggers my OCD. I thought that was worth pointing out.
It was smooth, but it just had this constant need to go, what's happening over here? When you didn't want it to. So for that reason, we're going to go to
I'm also out of breath in this clip because I just run back upstairs. I wanted to get my thoughts out immediately, so sat down, hit record, and as I was talking I was like, dear God, I'm out of breath from climbing 2 flights of stairs. And I think you can hear it as I'm talking.
Got it to work. It was smooth, but it just had this constant need to go, what's happening over here? When you didn't want it to.
That man is tired.
So for that reason, we're going to go 2 out of 5. I think 2 out of 5 for this one is generous. But I still like this feature. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then there's a big old gap. I have no idea what I was doing. Trying to disconnect it from my phone, probably. And do that bit again.
And also this thing. This thing was weird.
Let's put that in. It took me a whole 30 seconds to try and get it to work. As I said, first round of editing, it may come out after, who knows. You'll get a special secret look at it now because I might take it out.
Editors know. After you give it a bad rating, put in that clip of it making the sad noise.
Thank you for the editor's note. So, hang on.
Edit.
Where's that noise? Oh, just want to cut there. So what we're saying is
Constant need to go, what's happening over here? When you didn't want it to. So for that reason, we're going to go 2 out of 5. I think 2 out of 5 for this one is generous.
So, editor's note, we're saying we want this bit to go. Why are you so fiddly, Premiere Pro? Right now. Move it down, move you up, fill in the gap. Does this look weird?
I think 2 out of 5 for this one is generous.
I like it. It's pretty good. Okay. I think I'm probably going to call it there, guys. It's been, I have no idea how long since we started, but we are only 16 minutes into this edit. And again, first round pass, I'll probably go through and remove a lot of the stuff which I thought was funny through delirious tiredness right now. And when I go back to rewatch it tomorrow, I'm like, this is trash. Why is this in here? But thanks for 3 hours. Thank you. It's been a while. But thank you for everyone who stopped by. Thank you for everyone who asked questions. Hopefully, if I didn't answer them, Azuz did. He's been my man. He's answered a lot of stuff while I've been preoccupied thinking that I'm funny, either right now or on the video clips. Again, as always, any further questions you have, there's loads of videos on the channel about Shadow. If you haven't seen them already, be sure to check them out. They should be able to answer some of your questions. And if they don't, just drop a comment in the comments below on that video and I'll be sure to get back to you. But again, thanks for checking this out, guys. I hope everyone has a great night. Be sure to check out this video when it comes out. Hopefully it won't be in the kind of trash state it is now. I would have gone through, prettied it out, made it run a bit smoother, added in all my funny jokes and stuff, or the stuff that I think is funny anyway. So yeah, be sure to check it out. It should be sometime, hopefully this weekend, if it doesn't take this long to edit. But thanks for watching, guys. As always, I'm gonna finish this how I finish my videos. As always, I shall see you in the next one.